Okay, here's our tomatoes. I pre-washed them because I picked them after it rained and they were absolutely muddy. And this is 1 boiling pan of water. So be really careful you don't burn yourself. And then I just leave these set in the in this boiling hot water. I just go about and do something else. For example, I'm going to be cleaning. I'll just go ahead and clean, and when I see that the skins are starting to peel away, I just do the next step. Okay, here's our tomatoes. I just done a little cleaning around and waited till, see, you can see the skin pull away from the tomatoes, see? And that's when I just drop them in ice water. Because they're still pretty warm, so you don't have to worry. Some of them at the bottom is pretty hot. You may want to use a scoop to do this if they're too hot. But I got tough little paws, so I'm not too worried about it. Even though I washed them, I'm still getting sand because our soil here is nothing but sand. Now I'm going to grab a knife because we got to cut the cores out of those babies. All the cores and the black spots need to come out of those. I'm going to rinse the sand down the drain. So if I drop one, I don't have to worry about it getting sand in my potatoes. I don't like the extra. Don't need to preserve dirt. Not this year. Okay, you can see how that easily the skins come off. But you want to take any bad spots off. Because see, you know, you have these little black spots like that. That needs to come out of there. You also want to take the cores out. And then you can either put them in your freezer bags if you're freezing these. Because I know some people don't can or hot water bath can. You can just put these in freezer bags and put them directly in your freezer for vegetable or chili soup this winter. Or with me, I just drop mine in my jar, which I'll have to cut in half. This year my tomatoes didn't do very well in my garden. I'm getting about half the tomatoes I normally get, and they just didn't do very well. So I may only have enough for a jar or two, but that's fine. It prevents them from rotting, and it gets them out of the way on my counter. So that's how you do that. And make sure you get these green cores out. And that's how you do it. And you fill your jars. And I'll be back when I get mine filled. Okay. You take your debubbler, which normally I bought mine in the pack with the jar filler and the jar lifter, and you just fill your jar with water. Which I just filled it too full. You fill it just up to the ring, and this is where you make it your choice. You can add a teaspoon of salt if you want salt in your tomatoes, and if you have lower acid tomatoes, you can also add a teaspoon of citric acid. But that's your choice. Of course, I filled it a little bit too full. Okay, now you take a hot paper towel with hot water on it and just wipe the rings and make sure to get the inside. Then you add your lid and then hand tighten. Here's our hot water bath canner. I have the water above the jars, and when this starts boiling, I will set my timer for 45 minutes and then take them out. Canner, it's boiled 45 minutes. I just turned the flame off, open it up. This is my old jar lifter. Just lift it up and set it on your counter. And that's it. I wait and let them set on my counter for 24 hours, mark the date and what's in it, unscrew the lids and put them in my pantry.